Yes, welcome to Man of Steel Fan Gives Hope, the Facebook page on YouTube. Wow, I just saw the teaser trailer for the Justice League. Wow. Do you know something? I would be fine with that. You know, it's got me hyped. It's got me hyped. Not for the trailer, but for the film. You know, it's okay. We haven't seen really all that much. We just basically seen Aquaman somehow take control of the water with his trident or something. We've seen the new poster for Aquaman official image, and given Batman a nod, and Justice League, and that's it. That's brilliant. That's all I need. I don't need to see any more. But sadly, I've got to watch all the trailers. Why? Because, as I say, it's the page. I've got to, watch them, defend them if I need to, which is unlikely. Going from Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and stuff like that had high praise. Then it got moaned at because of the Doomsday thing. Wonder Woman seems to be on track. Now, for me, as I say, Wonder Woman, the trailers and that, they seem to be a good sign. They're not giving anything away. They're not giving away the villain. They're not giving away but we're always surmising who the villain is. And I don't like doing these. I don't like doing videos where I'm going to start picking away at the trailer and trying to explain anything. I would rather you guys and myself don't try and surmise what we're actually seeing, because then we'll have an idea in our heads of what's in the trailer, and what's in the film, by if we take all that little wee bits out of the trailer and look at it under a microscope. I don't like doing that. All I would really do would be just say what we saw in the trailer and if it was good, and as I say, that teaser trailer was enough to sell me on on the film. Again, I've said before, we don't need that many trailers. It's superheroes as a franchise and its own. You're going to get the audience, no matter what. Wow. I didn't even want to look at my own page. One of my editors had put it on. Went, oh no! I don't want to see this. I don't want to. But our page was right. We through our intel, we knew we were going to get the trailer this month. Also, what's been happening? There's talks about reboot or rebirth, which is a lot of nonsense. It's not a reboot and it's not a rebirth. I don't know, it's just these websites, they have to, like the Matrix reboot, or what else is Ghostbusters reboot. They just, that name has been used to try and sell the idea of something new, and it means, by when you say reboot, it's especially going with modern films just now. It's characters or the film franchise that you're familiar with. Somehow it didn't work, so you call it reboot. And for me, it shouldn't apply for Batman v Superman and Wonder Woman, and how Wonder Woman's meant to be the rebirth Here's another one, right? Rebirth of the DC franchise. John Campea as well has came out and said, oh yeah, plan A didn't work, but listen, plan B, shut that up. He's just gone on because right now his reporting isn't really, doesn't have a leg to stand on. As I say, I was a big fan of John Campea, and I've just been brainwashed. And again, comic book cast will again focus on that sort of DC stuff, and bring me out something that shows me that you're unbiased. Spend some more time with your videos and show us that you're unbiased against DC. You'll get more likes and more fans and whatnot going on about it. Again, yes, I am biased. I am a DC fan. I am actually saying this just now. And I'm being truthful. But because this is a DC Facebook page, mind you, I say that, then one of the videos I did was about politics, tried to incorporate some DC stuff, and it was just stuff going through my head. And unlike all these fantastic YouTubes like J-Roar and Film Junkie and Emergency Awesome, and there's a lot of great talented YouTubers out there. I don't claim to be anywhere in their league. I treat these videos as just a DC fan talking. It's like a blog, so I'll just talk about anything, even if it's got nothing to do with DC. And it's up to you if you want to sit and listen to me yabbing on. Anyway, so no, it's rubbish. That these news websites don't listen to stuff that they report on, or they can't read it, because Zack Snyder and Chris Terrio they've already came out and said that Batman v Superman was the dark picture, and then it gets light. But now all of a sudden, Wonder Woman trailer comes out, and in Justice League, and it says, oh no, they're going to reboot it. It's all changing now. You know, it's rubbish. Okay, if anything, they brought in Jeff Johns, and they had this idea that what was going to work for DC, because some people may think that Green Lantern, which film I liked, didn't love it. I liked it. I liked Ryan Reynolds. It's just I think it was the Parallax or whatever. Excuse me. That was a wee bit of a letdown. But that minute when he was emotionally crying because he just couldn't get the stuff right in his head in front of Kilowog, I mean that got to me, and it was tongue in cheek, just like a Marvel film. And oh God, Barwind. But of course it just didn't work. That's why they choose to go to a dark place. But now Warner Brothers is wary about making it too dark, whereas beforehand they would have done it. But for me, I still wouldn't call it a rebirth. I wouldn't call it a new way of doing it. They're just trying to find the right tempo and colour palette to use and still be unique and distinctive compared to the rest of the hero movies that are out there. And then you've got all this stuff about, again, made a video, DC being R-rated, a more superhero is going to be R-rated. Again, DC's already been doing it before all this, so where are you in that? What else? I just watched DC Legends of Tomorrow, The Land of the Lost, where they go into hunter's mind, and there's a dinosaur in it, which is pretty funny. Um, but I loved the episode. There was a bit in it. I was reminded about the Green Lantern cartoon series, where the computer of the ship became it was like a robot or a hologram. I can't remember which. And she became real, and no, it couldn't have been a hologram. She was something more, because she went out and she went bad. But I loved that, and it was something like Ghost in the Shell. It was something you could touch and, strangely enough, fall in love with because of that woman's voice. It's like those car directional things, that turn left at the next exit. Yeah, those are sexy voices. Those are lovely voices, okay? And you could listen to them all day. And Amazon, they're selling Echo, and that thing has got a lovely voice. So when you seen DC Legends of Tomorrow, and there was a computer, and of course she was lovely, and I kept going through in my mind, I want her to be the star of this show. I want her to. I don't want this just as a one-off. I want her to appear more. Build a robot. Let's get the spoiler coming soon. Spoiler. So don't know. But what happens in the episode that I love is Rip Hunter kisses her, and you find that bond all during the episode. You have that sort of bond thing going with the computer, with the ship, and Rip the Hunter, and then the kiss just before he wakes up, and he thinks and we all think. I mean, it was a surprise to me, and he wakes up and he's talking to the computer, and the last thing the computer says to him, "Yes, and I enjoyed the kiss too." I jumped and I screamed. I thought that was brilliant. And some people mock TV, some episodes of the TV shows. Oh, I'm going right off it. It's not. It's just lost its way, or they talk about the musical, and some people love it and some people hate it. It's not for everybody, And what I've read, again, I haven't seen it. What I've read about people that did like it is the story and the actions and the character development that happens in that. And it's doing something different, and every TV show has something like a Christmas episode. It has or like in Supernatural, you'll have a scary episode one day, and then the next episode you have something like Groundhog Day, and just stupid and funny, and or they go behind the scenes and they talk to the fans of the show, or they meet the counterparts that are actually just acting. And that's a brilliant thing. Something different, something unique. So yeah, bring on musical episodes. Bring on anything to keep, the 20 odd episodes a year alive, and something different. So we don't get the same thing over and over. Make one opera. Make one where it's in black and white, and a horror film or something like that. It's fresh. And these and then they're all complaining about, was it Flash, and how it's all about the same villain, and he's not always the quickest man there, and everything else, and it's just petty little things. You got to just imagine the writers, and they've got to come up with umpteen episodes per year, and they've got to come up with villains, and in order to get danger and character development, you have to bring in these other characters. You can't just have Flash going in and talking to himself every day, and but no, I just loved that DC. I mean, there's umpteen DC Legends of Tomorrow I liked. There was the other one was the Atom, and how he turned into a huge giant to fight this other one. Then there was a wee mention George Lucas there, and now it's going to Apollo 13. It's all tongue in cheek, but me, that episode made the season for me, and it's just something minute about the computer. And I do hope they bring that actress back. I think to have her only do the voice of the computer and to have one episode where she's actually in. No, I would have her in more. I'll have her as a hologram walking, like Man of Steel with Russell Crowe's hologram. Give me that. I would love that, and give Rip Hunter something to argue with. And then she just basically does that, closes the door on him or something. Brilliant stuff. I will be doing a reaction to Justice League. What else is there? Justice League reboots, rebirths. I'm reading right now that Wonder Woman in the versus the Gorgons, Medusa basically, and it's actually not a bad book. I wasn't heavily into Wonder Woman, even though I loved Themis, the Clash of the Titans and Hercules and all those Greek heroes, Troy and stuff like that. But Wonder Woman, when they start introducing all these gods, I'm like, okay, which god is that again? But this story keeps it grounded, keeps it explainable, goes into the character of how she talks to all the other presidents and everything else, and she becomes ambassador, and she's got the wee headquarters. It's just a brilliant read, and I would advise you to look out and read that. What else is there? DC Legends tomorrow. Arrow. What was the last episode of Arrow I watched? Arrow was the backstory of Mad Dog, and now, as I read, we're going to get backstories of all the characters, and instead of Oliver Queen's backstory, we're sort of cut up to date with that. Right, the battery's running low, so I'm going to turn off before I go. But yeah, no, just forget reboot, rebirth. It was always originally planned. DC TV shows kicking ass. Just give them time. You'll come across an episode that you would just love, and it just takes that wee minute to get there. And yeah, the teaser trailer was brilliant, and I'm sold. Right? Yeah, and let's just hope Warner Brothers has learnt the lesson, which I believe they do. And let's be positive. It's going to be a great weekend. Why? We're going to see justice being done. Justice for the fans. Be positive out there. Talk to you soon.